Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. This was a question that was asked to me on a support group, and I thought, you know what, this would be great for the whole community to hear. And for those of you who are scratching your head, I do run a support group for survivors of narcissistic abuse on Facebook. If you're interested in joining that, the link is below. Please inbox me and let me know that you're a survivor, because I get a lot of random requests and I'm really scrutinizing them because I want to make sure that only survivors are getting through to the group. All right. Nonetheless, a survivor from the group asked me a question, and I told her that I would make a video reply because I do feel like other survivors have been in this situation. So let me go ahead and read her question. She said, I discarded the narc for good instead of him continually discarding me for over 4 years, and then I let him come back. But no more. I feel absolutely nothing for him anymore. My issue is the loneliness I'm feeling. This is the part that I've been dreading, and this is where he would usually worm his way back into my life. But I've had enough of him, and the roller coaster ride that I've been on for over 4 years is finally done. I feel nothing for him. I've severed all ties. I'm just having a hard time with the loneliness. Okay, guys, so I've made other videos on this channel that deal with loneliness, and I will connect them to the end of this one. Feel free to watch those videos for other perspectives as well and other angles to help you, with this aspect of the healing process. But what I'm going to say right off the rip is it sounds like this survivor was doing what chances are 9 out of 10 other survivors have done in their relationships, period. And this is what also speaks to codependency here, and that's filling voids. Oftentimes when we're in that relationships, we were using the narcissist to fill voids in our lives, okay? So once that narcissist is no longer filling those voids, we can suddenly feel that voids are empty, right? So, this is really at the root of the problem here. All right. So what needs to happen is we have to learn how to fill our own voids. All right. So all the time that she was spending with the narcissist, if whatever, this was a female survivor, whatever she was using that narcissist, whatever voids, she was using that narcissist to fill in her life, she has to start filling for herself. Okay. And then some of you are going to say, well, some of us just like companionship. Some of us just like friendship. And we're missing that. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting companionship and friendships, but we also need to be comfortable with our own company. And a lot of survivors aren't comfortable in their own company. They feel like they can't go anywhere unless it's with someone else. If it's just them, they're just bored because they don't enjoy themselves. They haven't become a friend to themselves first. And these are the types of things that are very healthy to be able to do, so that when you do decide to embark on another relationship and you decide to attach on any level with another person, it will be from a healthy standpoint, and it won't be out of any desperation, and they won't be filling voids, fundamental, basic voids that you should be filling for yourself. So then if the time comes when you need to detach, it's not like your whole world is shattering, your whole self-sense has been lost because this person has been filling voids that you yourself are supposed to be filling. Okay, you're responsible for your own happiness. You're responsible for your own peace. I mean, her life should be full by herself, period. And then two individuals come together, but you're still two individuals. You have a life with or without that person. And that's empowering, because if you only have a life with that person, that's putting, number one, a lot of pressure on another person. And number two, it's robbing yourself from being an individual. Okay. And number three, it speaks to something called enmeshment. And that's where you hear two become one type of thing. that is toxic to me. That's toxic to me, actually. But that's what's happening, in these codependent relationships with a narcissist. All right. And then that's why he's usually able to worm his way back in, because, sometimes we're revolving our life. We put a relationship on the throne. We revolve our whole life around, now who am I going to talk to if I don't talk to the narcissist? Now who am I going to go out with if I'm not going out with the narcissist? It also could speak to a person who may be isolated. Maybe they don't have a lot of socializing going on outside of themselves. And perhaps, that needs to change. Does that mean, I need to go out and make 20 friends? Well, you'll be lucky if you got 2. If you got 2 friends, you're doing really good. Those 20 people are associates. But there's nothing wrong with meeting new people, especially as you're getting healthy minded. Okay, because you could find that you've made a lot of toxic connections out of your codependency before you start to heal that. All right, so the way that you don't make yourself susceptible and vulnerable to these hoovers is to begin to fill the voids with positive things and find fresh, new, positive energy to possibly engage and possibly see if you want to connect with or become an associate or become a friend to. All right. And it's great. You said you absolutely feel nothing for him, but sometimes we feel like something is better than nothing, and we consider the nothing us standing on our own. And that is toxic as well. And a lot of women feel that way. Something is better than nothing. And they stay with a no good guy. And she says she's been in this cycle for 4 years. So, there's a perception shift that needs to occur right there. The perception of being single, you could have a negative mind frame around that, and that perception could need to be changed as well. Being single is not a curse. You're not a freak of nature. You're not a weirdo. You're not an oddball out. And then, we have all these stigmatism. Oh, society said I should be married at this age. I don't have a husband yet. I don't have children. And, and we're going on other people's times and time frames of telling us everyone's can't be put in the same box, number one. It totally negates the whole concept of individuality. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own paths. Being single actually is a bless. And Paul, I believe, talks about this in the Bible. You can get so much done. I mean, when you're in a relationship, it takes a certain amount of your attention and energy away from your purpose. That's why you should come into your purpose first and get all of that going. But, what you want from other people, you should already be giving to yourself. So I would definitely say this young lady needs to become her own best friend right now. You should have a list of fun, interesting, exciting things to try. And, you should have a bucket list. You should have goals that you're working towards. There's so many things that you can do nowadays. There's meetup.com where you can find people who have like interests of you. That's a way to start getting out there and socializing with like-minded people. Find a group who's into a hobby, or if you like exercising or hiking or wine tasting, the groups meet up and do all types of things. All right. And it's the summertime. There's all types of events. You got to come out of your shell. You're going to have to start doing things differently if you want a different result. You don't want to just stay cooped up in your home thinking that, things are going to fall into your lap. That's not how life works. We have to be proactive and start filling those voids with all of our self-love and having a zest for life and a curiosity and an open-mindedness to give something a try. I always wanted to do that, or I never even thought of that, but I'm willing to give it a try. You might love it. Suddenly you're meeting new people, you're getting to know yourself, okay? And you're not thinking about that narcissist, all right? And then you won't be going through the motions of being susceptible to take them back because, all your eggs was in that one basket with that person and things didn't work out. And now it's like, I have nothing in my basket. Well, let's put yourself in the basket first, okay? And then maybe you can start adding new and exciting things. So it's time to have a fresh start here and really get to re-know yourself and, find out what's going on around you and get out there and do stuff. All right. Life is for those who take it, and life is for those who live it. Right. So don't sit around and let it pass you by and, keeping yourself isolated and, not being that friend to yourself first and foremost. So I'm just looking over here to make sure. Yeah, because she's saying she's having a hard time with loneliness. And I'm going to connect this video that I would really want you to listen to. And in that video, I'm really talking about how loneliness is just speaking to disconnection. Okay. And typically with the self first. All right. Because we always think of it as such an external thing. I'm lonely because I'm single. I'm lonely because I don't have a husband or a wife. And really it's a disconnect with self first. Because the more connected you get with yourself, are you kidding me? You're going to enjoy yourself and you're going to have so much to do. Someone's going to have to almost convince you to be in a relationship. Like, I'm really enjoying myself. Do I really even need a relationship? Like, I'm really doing fine by myself. That's how I was before I ended up getting in one post a narcissistic abuse. I was like really just in the thick of my passion and just really into myself. And this person comes along like, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't even really looking for that. I mean, it wasn't a need for me. I was very fulfilled on my own. So it was like, we'll see about it. Let me think about that. I'll get to know you in the meanwhile type of thing. So that's where you want to be though. And then you want to kind of almost stay there because no one will have a certain type of authority over you. You're going to have a shield that no one could ever penetrate again like this narcissist did with you. All right. So let's start filling those voids with yourself first. And then other people can only add to it, but they can never take. They can never make your cup empty, but they can help it overflow. Okay. That's a better way of putting it. They can never make your cup empty because you're making the cup full. Now they can make it overflow, but they can never, ever take anything out the cup because you got that on lock and nobody even has access to that. All right. And that's how it needs to be for survivors. And once you start doing that, you're going to find that loneliness, it just dissipates. All right. And then that's typically when you actually find the one, when you're not even looking, when you're very satisfied, when you're not in that lonely space. Okay. You find the narcissist or another narc when you're in that lonely space because you have that energy of desperation, that energy of lack, and you have that disconnect from self. All right. So I really hope that this has resonated with you. And if it has, go ahead and hit that like button for her or anyone else in the community that this resonates with. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell. I do upload videos quite frequently. Okay. And like I said, I do have the support group over on Facebook. The link is below. Please inbox me and let me know who you are, especially when you don't have profile pictures. And because I know like a lot of survivors are trying to be incognito. The group is private. I don't make public posts. Only the other survivors are going to see it, but if you know that your profile looks suspect or something, or you're simply creating a profile just to be on the support group, please inbox me. So I can know. Otherwise, you will be, in limbo because I will be very cautious about you. All right. So if you need to schedule your one-on-one, I do offer coaching to help people through the healing process of narcissistic abuse and pretty much anything in their life. You can go to my website, LakiaCrawford.com, and book your sessions. I do voice calls and FaceTimes and Skypes and email coaching because writing is very therapeutic. Find a package that works for you. If you want a time that is not listed on the website, please email CoachLakia@gmail.com. And that email is below in the description as well. On my website, you can see my other products, the books that I've written, the therapeutic books that I've written to help survivors, and also the No Narc merch that I have, bumper stickers, matching caps and hats for men and women, to have fun with your fashion statement and make a statement against narcissistic abuse. All right. So thank you for showing a lot of love to this channel. Make sure that you always hit that like button and leave a comment. Those are great ways to support the channel. Share the content. Emotional maturity is something that isn't taught in school, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. But like I say at the end of all of my videos, please continue to do the work and never give up on yourself. And until next time, please take care.